All right, Marcus Ely here for Status Coup, and I am here with Sheila Emery. Was it
Enright. Enright.
Sheila Enright? Can you talk to me a little bit about what brought you in for the Biden event tonight, or rather
Well,
this morning?
it goes back a ways. I'm from Delaware originally, so I've known Joe Biden for uh I don't know how many years, but a lot. And I was excited when he was vice president, and now that he's running for president, I think it's really important because he is a person who brings people together, and I don't know how much I should say about how much I don't like the present president.
Oh, yeah, no, we're a socialist outlet, almost. Like, we're very far left, so you're fine.
Well, I can't. I've always been interested in politics, and never in my life did I dream that we would have a president like Donald Trump. And I'm supporting Biden, but I will vote for any Democrat, and I think that's what every Democrat should do. I think the Democratic Party has been too purist. Uh, Bernie voters didn't vote for Hillary. Uh, I love Bernie too.
I'm so sorry. I have to, because it's my job as a journalist to correct you on just the little factual error there. Um, but actually, more Bernie voters voted for Hillary than Hillary voters voted for Obama in '08. So, like, and Bernie went out and campaigned more than anybody. So that's actually a false narrative that's being pushed by the media in general. When you look at the data and the facts, that's actually not the case.
I'm glad to hear that because I also love Bernie, and I happened to have gone to see Bernie 2 weeks ago in Nashua. So
And what did you think of Bernie when he was out here?
I love Bernie. I don't, and I would consider myself on the socialist side of things, but I'm not sure him identifying as a socialist, it's possible to be elected. I know people say, can a woman be elected? Whatever. Uh, I don't know. I have to run. I have to run because everybody's coming in.
That's all right. They got your seat. All right, cool.
My grandchildren, I want to make sure they got their seats. Anyway, uh, no, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. I try to fact check everything, but it's hard to keep up with today.
I do it for a living, and it's a lot of work for me. So I completely understand. Now, specifically speaking on Biden, I don't know if you saw it, but we had the incident recently where the gentleman was trying to question him on the stage, and he basically berated this man in return. Um, a lot of people felt like that was very bully-like, and it was very much something a bully would do when confronted with simple questions. And considering that that's something that you don't like from Trump, how do you feel seeing that from Biden?
Okay, I didn't like seeing that from Biden because I don't think that behavior is very presidential for anybody. But I don't. I think he's always been a family man, as you know. He didn't live in Washington D.C. He took the train back and forth all those years he was a senator, so he could be with his sons. And I think he was really angry that someone was attacking his family. But yeah, I wouldn't think it was his finest moment for sure.
Um, so primaries are today, right now. Who you going for?
Elizabeth Warren.
Warren. And what about Elizabeth Warren? Gets you excited? I know she's another neighboring state candidate from Mass.
I am from Massachusetts, and 2020 is going to be the 100th anniversary of women getting the vote. And wouldn't it be great to have a woman president and to finally have the Equal Rights Amendment passed?
Only 100 years later, you know.
But I like them all. The only Democratic candidate I'm not sure of, well, we don't count Tulsa Gabbard as a Democrat, do we?
She said that. I didn't. I found it funny. Not gonna lie.
But the only Democrat I'm not sure of is Mayor Pete. Uh, he's a good speaker. I also really like Cory Booker. He's a wonderful speaker too. Um, I was sad to see Kamala Harris drop out of the race. But being from Massachusetts, I really like Elizabeth Warren.
And what in specific about Elizabeth Warren do you like?
Well, I liked her from that she's worked on consumer protection to start with.
The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau that got all that money back for all those folks.
Right. And I'm not crazy about her campaign either, because I think it's awful that I don't think people realize how much $1 billion is. But each billion is 1,000 millions. And these people have 40, 80 billion dollars. It's just incredible. But the tax the wealth, that makes sense. After all, there's more inequality than there ever has been in wealth, and yet they're paying the lowest rate since income tax was introduced, and it's outrageous. But I don't think her campaign should be to hate billionaires. I think you can
I'm gonna stop you and like be completely transparent. Yeah, I hate billionaires. No, every billionaire's existence is the reason why we have that inequality, and that inequality kills people.
Yes.
It literally kills people. There are people outside in 1 degree, 5 degree weather outside right now, and they gonna die in this cold because that billionaire has that money.
We were talking in the car up here. Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk bought his whole wealthy neighborhood. I mean, every time a house came up for how many million, he purchased it. Mark Zuckerberg did the same thing.
Except for in Hawaii. And in Hawaii, bought a whole island and move indigenous people off the land.
Yes. So, yes, that's wrong. But I think the emphasis should be on taxing the wealth. I just don't like the mug. Tears for billionaires tears.
I mean, let's be honest though, billionaire tears like get things done. Because if a billionaire gets on the phone with a college that they donate money to and they cry on the phone, as soon as that phone's hung up, the person that they was crying to on the phone is going to go change the policies to make that billionaire happy so their money can keep coming in. So, like, billionaire tears get things done. That's just the facts. You know, it's...
My mind.
I mean, like, I'm just the guy who thinks about these things for a living.
And, like, for example, one of the reasons I'm not sure about Mayor Pete, I can't say his last name, that's why I call him that. Bernie, free college for all, which only makes sense. It's just a disgrace that we have this situation here. And healthcare, it's a disgrace. They just don't understand it in Europe. They think it's ludicrous. Just like they think our president's ludicrous.
I mean, he's a reality star.
But Mayor Pete says he only wants free college for people under 100,000.
I mean, but like, here's the...
If everybody's paying their taxes and the wealthy are paying their fair share, which will take a long time, college should be free for everybody.
And then on top of that, what billionaire is sending their kids to a public college anyway? I mean, like, really? We're paying for them? We are not paying for their kids. We ain't nobody paying for their kids. Their kids are going to Harvard after daddy done bought 6 buildings.
I remember that argument.
It's like, it's common sense. It's just, it's not even, it's so sad that and like I'm talking to you, and you're experienced in this stuff. You've been around. You've watched Joe Biden's career for a very long time, like you said, and folks like you can see this stuff, you know, and it makes it very clear to me that if folks have access to the information and to the data, it wouldn't even be what it is right now. Because it's a lot of folks out there that you go and have a conversation with them and they're like, wait, what? Oh, I didn't even think about it that way. But also at the same time, you're busy trying to survive capitalism, right? Like, you got bills to pay, 2-3 jobs to work, mouths to feed. You ain't got time to worry about what Joe Biden's position is on Medicare for all. He said access to all health care. Sound the same to me if I don't pay attention to this stuff, right? So I think that, like, again, folks like you are incredibly, incredibly important folks that are teachers and lifelong teachers.
I'm glad. The first president I remembered was Truman, and it didn't really matter back then whether you were a Democrat or Republican. Oh, there were differences, but Eisenhower was a good president. But now, ever since the Supreme Court changed the rule on money in politics, it's just out of hand. There's only one excuse for the way the Republicans are acting, and that's got to be money. So
this is Bay now. She said money in politics. I said, oh, hey. I'm gonna stop. Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.